Hi, I'm Elisa. I'm the founder of Joosi, and our mission is to empower you to take your pleasure into your own hands. Literally. This is my friend Kim, and we are here to give you the juicy truth about the Vibed In Bloom Rosales. All right, so briefly regarding the packaging for this toy. I'm gonna start. I was a little disappointed. I felt like it wasn't very solid. It's really thin. The cellophane kind of broke open even before I took it out, and it didn't inspire a lot of confidence. So it affected how I anticipated the toy would work for me. How about you?
Absolutely. I was a little apprehensive about buying it. It didn't seem like they were advertising confidence in it. And yeah, I was a little worried that it wasn't going to be high quality.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So at Joosi, we have the nightstand rating, which means we would like to know if you would put this toy on top of your nightstand, in the drawer, or in the closet. What does the Rosales get from you?
You know, I think I fluctuate between being on the nightstand and being in my drawer.
Okay.
It does some things for me, but compared to some other toys, it's a little bit lower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. I'm going to say this is a drawer toy for me. It's not on the nightstand. Yeah. So we'll start there.
Yeah.
How about the noise level for privacy?
I thought this one was a little bit more quiet for me.
Yeah.
Like it was easy to not be so worried that somebody else in the house would hear it. Yeah, I think it was easy and quiet.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. I think that this one engages both the suction action as well as vibration.
Yeah.
And so I think because of that, it's a little quieter than some of the other options.
Yeah.
All right, so curious what you think about the one button design of this toy.
One button design, I think it was very easy to use because it's one button. Other than that, I don't know. I don't think I have any opinions on the different settings because the first one worked really well for me.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna say I have a pet peeve about one button design. Here's the deal. So I'm typically not a fan of patterns. And so I typically like the low, medium, high part of the pattern cycle. Now, because of that, if I'm close to coming and I'm on high and I'm excited, like, yeah, and then I'm a little too excited and I accidentally hit my thumb on the button and it goes into a weird like alarm clock pattern instead of staying on the high. Bums me out. So in terms of buttons and settings, button designs are nice for simplicity to some extent. However, they have their liabilities.
Can ruin your orgasm.
Yeah, it can ruin your orgasm. Literally, yeah. It can be like, I was about to, no, I'm not just kidding.
Not at all.
Or I'm going to have a huge, no, I'm just going to be tiny.
And let's restart.
Yeah. But I will also say, I like the ergonomic of this design for holding this toy. Yes. I think that this is a very accessible design. I think a lot of people's hands can grip a bulb and just have one point of contact on one button. So that's the other side of the ergonomics of this design.
I think one thing we talked about earlier on our own before this was just the flat design of where it sits on your clit. It was it's flat. I don't know. I don't know about you, but my clit doesn't really sit flat. It's a little angular, I guess. So just fitting on your clit, I was a little worried about the level of suction or fitting. So that was I feel like a little bit different than most clit sucking toys.
I agree. I think it gives you less of a margin of error.
Yeah.
So the beauty of this bulb design would theoretically be that you have more margin of error for precision and position. However, because this is 100% flat, and that's not actually how our bodies are shaped,
No.
that gives you less margin of error, so that if you're excited and you bump it, that you're more likely to lose your seal and lose your sensation of suction.
Yeah, and I feel like a little bump is a little bit easier to lose that section.
Yes, agreed. Now, overall, tell us about your experience with this toy.
This toy, for me, usually with clit sucking toys, I'm a little sensitive, and this is the only way I squirt when I am pleasuring myself or getting any pleasure. For this one, I felt like I didn't stop gushing. Like it just kept going. I usually have this normal amount of squirting, and this felt like I'm like, when is it stopping? And bunching my towel to catch it all so it didn't go all over my bed. And this is the first toy I ever experienced that with.
Right here.
Yes.
Pretty cool. I'm going to say my experience was I found their lowest setting to be a little too high for me.
Okay.
I use this in partner play, and I was fucking around with my partner, and I think I was currently being penetrated and decided to try to add this toy, and it was too strong. And so that's a pretty high level of pre-arousal, and it was still too strong for me in that situation. So I wish they had lower settings. However, I still did really enjoy like the simplicity of this, you know, of its geometry, shape, and how easy it is to hold. So overall, who would you say that this is for?
I think it's probably a really good toy for somebody that's introductory to the clit sucking. It gives you an idea of whether it's too intense or the perfect amount of sucking or vibration.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that this is a good intro toy. It's less expensive. It's in the $70 range, which is a lot more accessible than other options, as long as you're not very sensitive. So if you need a really light setting to get started, either get very warmed up before this toy or choose a different toy. But otherwise, this is a good beginner clit toy, I would agree.
Absolutely.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. That was the juicy truth about the Vibed In Bloom Rosales Rose Clit Sucking Toy. If you want to buy from us, go to getjoosi.com. And your likes and subscribes help us so much. So please like and subscribe for more of the juicy truth.